The gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Lucas, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Chairman Powell, thank you for testifying today. When you were before this committee a year ago, I cautioned against raising capital requirements on commodity derivatives that our agricultural and energy producers use back home to keep prices of food and power stable for consumers. At the time, you said that was a very specific concern and you weren't sure the proposal would even address commodity derivatives. And in fairness, that was before the Basel proposal was officially published. Unfortunately, we now know that the proposal does impact commodity derivatives, and in fact, they are among the most penalized financial products that banks offer. And I would note for just a moment, I very much appreciate your comments and responses to Chairman McHenry about the nature of the overall proposal. Congress wanted end users to be able to secure their hedges without posting margin to keep the derivatives markets affordable. But I've seen estimates that some of these types of transactions for end users could face 10 times the capital requirement. Chairman Powell, make me feel a little better. Ease my concerns here. Will you and the Fed work to fix this?
Let me start by saying I want to echo the fact that our commodity markets and our capital markets are a huge national asset, and we need them to be functioning well and with as little friction as possible. I now understand that what you're referring to is the things that were done to increase capital requirements for various kinds of derivative activities. And I'll just say that's an area we're aware of the concerns, and it's an area that we're taking a very close look at.
I appreciate that. I was a member of the Dodd-Frank Conference Committee, where there was bipartisan support to not disadvantage end users, farmers, ranchers, small businesses. This had broad bipartisan support then and still does today. Unfortunately, the Fed could undermine this longstanding work done by Congress. I'd like to enter a few letters into the record, Mr. Chairman, that discuss the detrimental impact to end users. First, a joint Agricultural Trade Association letter from the American Farm Bureau Federation, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, among 7 others. Next, a joint Energy Trade Association letter from the American Gas Association and 4 others. And lastly, a letter from the American Public Power Association and the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Powell, I'd now like to focus on how the proposal is set to significantly disincentivize banks from offering clearing services. In Dodd-Frank, Congress mandated central clearing as a way to reduce risk in the system. The number of banks that can clear derivatives for end users has reduced over time, making it harder for end users to find a bank to offer this service. There are some estimates that the Fed's proposal will increase capital for this activity by 80%. I'm worried that this will make it even harder for end users to find a bank to clear their hedges. This also comes at a time when the SEC, our friends at the Securities and Exchange Commission, has just finalized a rule in December that will increase clearing in cost in Treasury markets. This will have a real impact on market access and liquidity, not just in commodities, but the $26 trillion Treasury market that plays a critical role in the world economy. Will you work with the CFTC to address this problem?
Again, I'll say that we're aware of those concerns, and we're prepared to work with other agencies and also to make sure that our capital proposal appropriately addresses them.
The strength of central clearing is entirely dependent on banks' willingness to participate, and problems with the Basel Endgame warrant a full reproposal to give us time to appreciate their consequences. And there are real consequences, as you and I both know, Mr. Chairman. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.